Hello, everybody. So, as I promised, today I will start our journey from explaining what Flex is because most of you were interested in it. So, Flex is a Future Leaders Exchange Program and it's an US Department of State funded scholarship. It's a scholarship, which means it's totally free, you don't have to pay anything. It's an opportunity that gives high school students the chance to live in the United States for one academic year. So, from September to around May, you will be studying in an American high school and living with your host family. Um, I think, first of all, you should consider if you are even eligible to apply. So, who is even eligible to apply? First of all, you will have to be a citizen of a participating country. So, participating countries are Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Ukraine, and many more. I think you guys should check your country's official Flex website, and I will probably leave a link somewhere in the description to check if your country is a participating country. And you should also check if you're eligible by age. So each year they post eligibility criteria, and there is a criteria for your age somewhere between 14 and 16. So I think if you're 15, 16, you'll be okay, but you should still check the exact dates. You will also have to be studying in the 8th, 9th, or 10th grade, because if you are right now studying at 11th grade, then you are not eligible to apply. Because by the time when you will have to go to America, you will already finish your high school. So the next step is having strong English skills and academic performance. I think this one is not that important because of course you will have to understand and speak English, because obviously you're going to live in the United States and you need language skills in order to communicate with people around you. But the Flex application program doesn't check for it. So there are two tests for English, but they're not so hard. So if you're about B1 or B2, it will be easy for you. Academic performance, in the third round there will be section where they will ask for your school transcript for your grades, but I think it's not that important. The main thing is your characteristics, because most important and the last point is showing leadership potential and interest in cultural exchange. It's the main purpose of the program. So if you don't have good enough English skills, or you got 1B or 1C in school, that's totally fine. So what do I do really? We already know about the program, and the next step is to take some actions. So there are 3 stages of the Flex program, and I will go over them in a greater detail. First round, you will fill out a basic online application. This includes your personal information, where you live, where you are currently studying, and so on. It's not much, and you will only have to provide one document. It's an agreement that your parent or legal guardian will have to sign, and you will upload it to the website. So it's not that much, and it will take maybe half an hour or an hour at most to fill out all the personal information sections. But the most important section here is essays. You will be given 3 topics and you will have to write 3 essays. Maximum is 300 words for each essay. So I will leave somewhere in the description a link to essay topics that come up each year, so you will have an idea what you're going to write about. Basically, it's about your personal characteristics, challenges you have faced, your leadership roles, and everything connected to that. So you will have about 2 months to start your application, and from the moment you start your application, you will have exactly 10 days to fill out all the information and to write all 3 essays. And my tip for you is really be honest about who you are and what do you want and what do you want to do once you'll be an exchange student. That doesn't mean that you should be like totally honest. It means that you should let your soul shine through. But you can lie a little bit if you're feeling like it. When I say lie, I mean like when you're telling your personal story, you can add some details, not significant details. You can't make up all the story, but you can kind of add some spice to your story, let's say. And I will probably, after this videos, share my own essays and analyze them to really tell you what I've written and what I think worked and what I think could be better. So it's the first round. After you finished submit, you will have about 1 day, and during that day, Flex will send you a link to the second round. So you will only have to wait about a day. Second round is an English test. I promise you guys, it's not that hard. I will send you practice test, the test that I passed when I was applying to Flex. So you'll have an idea what kind of test is it. Basically, you will have 15 minutes to answer 12 questions. There will be 2 texts, and each text will have 6 questions. It's a multiple choice, so you don't have to make up answers. You just choose which A, B, or C suits better. And I think the most important thing here is to really understand the text. So the questions are in the text and you'll just have to see them. I think I will leave a mock test, a practice test, and tips after this video. So because this is probably the easiest part of the whole application. And the last part is round 3. So after you pass round 1 and round 2, you will wait about months or a few months before you will hear back. And either you will be rejected or you will continue your application to the third round. So if you're rejected, that's okay, because many successful applicants, the first time they apply to Flex, they get rejected, and the second time they'll become finalists. So it's okay, it's totally fine. But if you got to the stage, to the third stage, it's the most important and the hardest stage. So there will be a long application that you will have to fill out. It involves everything from your school grades, your personal information, your medical conditions that your doctor will have to fill out, a recommendation from your teacher, and your essay to your host family, and many more. So when you receive a notification that you become a semi-finalist, that you advance to the third round, better start preparing your essay to your host family, or better start talking to a teacher who you ask for a recommendation letter. And the main stage of round 3 is in 2 parts. So firstly, they will give you a date and a place where you will pass your tests. Let's say they will give you 45 minutes to write 3 essays, and you will go there and they will give you a full instruction to how to write it, and you will write it on paper. So you don't have any chance to cheat. They don't give you 10 days like in the first round. It's only 45 minutes. So it's much harder. You will have to learn how to write your ideas fast and clean. Second is a team building kind of game. So they will put up teams of about 5 or 7 people, and they will give you a task. For example, my task was to choose one object in a room and make an advertisement for it. And for example, other tasks that I've heard about is choosing a country or a region and making like a travel advertisement for it. Like imagine that one of you is a tourist and the others are guides, and you're telling the tourists about this region and so on. There are many possible games that you will have to play in a team, so be prepared for it. And the last stage of round 3 is your interview. So they will, after you've played your team game, they will ask you to enter the room one by one, and they will interview you. Interview is about 15 or 20 minutes, and many of the questions that they will ask is similar to essays. So the same questions that are on essays, they will ask you on interview. So also be prepared for it. One more thing, they can ask you about situation questions. For example, imagine that you had an argument with your host sister. How will you try to rebuild your relationship? Or imagine that your host mom is asking you to stay home with your brother when you really want to hang out with your friends. Something like that. So also be prepared for it. And after the interview is done, you already written your essays, you submitted all your application, you will have to wait. And during this waiting time, there also can be a chance that you will be sent a link to a new test. It's also an English test, and it's called an LTIS. It's a little bit harder than previous English test, and I will also send you guys a link to practice LTIS exam, and we'll talk about it a little more later. The main things that you need to know about LTIS exam is if you get a notification that you're required to pass the LTIS exam, it's a good sign. It doesn't mean that you are a finalist. It just means that you are on the right track. So be happy, but don't be too excited. And in a conclusion, Flex is a life-changing opportunity. It's a great chance for you to explore the world around you and to really gain confidence in your own skills and in your own independence. So I think even if you're scared right now, and even if you are uncertain and don't know if you really should apply or not, you should, because at least try your chances, see how it goes. If it works out, then great. You will have an exciting opportunity. And if it doesn't, then okay, you will have a lot of chances beside Flex to accomplish your dreams. So stay tuned for more content and probably start preparing your essay ideas if you're planning to apply to Flex.